Ladies and gentlemen, Vince here. I spent hours upon hours watching videos on these little reward apps to see if it was actually worth the time and effort. I hope you all enjoy. So the first app is called Cash Video. So this is what it looks like when you first launch it up. At the top of the screen, you have your account balance, a 3-hour timer, and your goal. The premise is very straightforward from what I can tell. It seems they've actually integrated YouTube Shorts into the application, which I guess is a big positive for people that want to try and watch shorts for some sort of potential reward. And while it is pretty cool to have that system, if it's not actually worth the time, it doesn't really matter, does it? You'll notice in the top left corner of the screen, you have a little GIF. And it states 3 of 3 at the moment. Tapping on that will reveal a watch ad prompt. Now, in return for watching an advertisement, they'll give you a bit of that virtual currency, okay? These little ad prompts will pop up while you're scrolling through the shorts as well, so please keep that in mind. Technically, I've only generated 1,000 of the virtual currency from watching shorts, but if I watch the ad, they say they'll give an extra 2,000. That's generally how these type of apps work, by the way. They really want you to watch those ads, and in most cases, the developers will give you like a fraction of what they get. Now, in case you're not interested in watching the shorts, they have a separate reward area. Essentially a whole bunch of mini games where you can get that virtual currency in return for completing little tasks and of course watching advertisements. Again, if you ever use one of these apps, you know exactly what to expect. Either way, that's really all there is to show for the application. Let me just break down how my test went for you all. So everyone, I played for a little over 1 hour and 30 minutes and generated 82,000 of the virtual currency points. And you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot, right? Well, once that timer ran out, I was left with 8 cents worth of USD currency. So that really wasn't much at all. Funny enough, that's more the borderline of what you'd come to expect with these type of apps these days. We can only hope for big improvements this year. But what I will say, everyone, I did withdraw that 8 cents worth of USD and it did arrive straight away to my PayPal account in my experience here in Australia. So it's one of those situations where it's a cool idea, but sadly the pay rate just isn't there right now, at least in my country. But at least now you know about it. So that's my review on Cash Video. Let's move on to the next app. Next up, we have an app called Buzz Video. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. Now, on the right side of the screen, you're going to have your rewards area. Essentially, this bar will fill up the more you watch the videos. Now, for whatever reason, this app is playing the same video over and over again. So I had to sit through this type of video for literally like an hour, everyone. So you really can't make that up. There is an auto and a loop button, but I found that did absolutely nothing. You couldn't swipe past the video either. It's a very weird situation. Either way, they have like a separate little mini game area here. It's just a simple mining mini game, okay? Nothing too special. I have a choice here in Australia to actually ×2 the rewards if I watch an advertisement, although even if I don't want to watch the ad, one plays anyway. So yes, it's one of those annoying little systems. Now, under the rewards area, you'll find your account balance, as well as a whole bunch of other little tasks you can complete to actually watch more videos. So again, very straightforward concept. Just watch the advertisements, essentially, okay? There is a timer, though, at the top of the screen that refreshes every 2 hours. So since I couldn't really swap the videos up, as I said earlier, I had to watch that same video for a long time, but I also peppered in some of the mini games as well. So now that it states claim on that little button, pressing that's going to bring up another ad prompt here with a whole bunch of that in-game currency. So again, same situation, watch the advertisement and you get the little bit of coins. Now, because of that situation with the video not changing, I was able to play Halo Infinite on the computer at the same time the app was running. So technically I turned this into like a passive type of application, everyone. Every time one of the ad prompts popped up, I just simply pressed it. I mean, it could just be glitched here in my own country or on my mobile phone, who knows? Either way, I started my test off with 2 hours on the timer. I played for 1 hour and 9 minutes and generated 103,000 of the points. Again, if it wasn't for me playing Halo Infinite and doing other things, I could not imagine watching the same video on repeat for over an hour. Either way, once that timer ran out, only 5 cents worth of USD currency, which was severely disappointing given the time I dumped into the application and the amount of advertisements seen. The only real positive is that yes, everyone, I did withdraw that 5 cents USD and it did arrive straight away to my PayPal account, but does that really mean it's worth the time? In its current state, no, definitely not. That's my review on Buzz Video. Let's hope they fix that video system, or you may find yourself doing what I did and just simply playing other things at the same time. Either way, let's move on. Just quickly, everyone, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And by the way, leave me a comment below telling me how your experience has been with reward apps like these lately. Like, is it always 5 to 10 cents per hour? I'd love to hear your own experience. Next up, we have an app called Money Video. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. As you can see, middle of the screen, we have another YouTube Shorts type of system here. Again, these style of applications are actually pretty decent for the features, at least. They actually have something you may want to watch, not those strange drama videos that are all over the Play Store at the moment. What you will see here, though, is obviously there's going to be pop-ups saying that you can get the virtual currency if you watch advertisements. Because just like the previous two apps we've seen, it has the exact same type of system. Like at the top of the screen, you have your account balance, your timer, and of course your goal. Right side of the screen, you have your little gift that generates throughout watching the videos. There's also a separate rewards area, just like the other apps as well, where you can go through and play mini games and of course watch more advertisements. On the profile area, you of course have your overall balance. They even have a separate games area, and if you remember correctly, I actually covered this application a few weeks ago, and I wanted to put it to the test again to see how it's actually going. So that's really all there is to it, okay? Again, very straightforward. These type of little video apps are very easy to understand. Let me just break down how my test went for you all. So everyone, I started my test off with 4 cents in the balance, 3 hours left on the timer almost, and 50,000 of the goal left. I played for a little over an hour and generated 101,000 of the points, smashing the goal. Once that timer ran out, we went from 4 cents to 10 cents, only generating 6 cents worth of USD currency. Yes, everyone, I did withdraw that 10 cents USD, and yes, it did arrive straight away to my PayPal account without any issues whatsoever in my country and experience. I'm not quite sure why the balance doesn't update correctly, by the way, because even though it states I have 21 cents in the balance overall, that is not correct. Technically, I have 0 in my balance, so that's obviously a glitch on the app's end. So yet again, another cool idea, but they just can't land it at the moment when it comes to the pay rates, in my opinion. Either way, that's my review again on Money Video. Let's move on. Next up, we have Short Video Money. And this is what it looks like when you launch it up. At the top of the screen, you have your account balance, your timer, and your goal. And of course, underneath, you have the actual YouTube Short that you can watch. Top right corner of the screen, you have the same system of the gifts. Get 3 of 3, then the little ad prompt will appear. Again, the exact same system as the previous apps you've already seen on this video. So not really too much to break down here. I'm sure you guys understand by now. Watch the ads, get the virtual currency. So there's also another separate area. Again, it even states that you can watch videos with YouTube on here. And again, I'd much prefer this type of system than the drama-based video system, okay? And granted, there are mini games as well with the exact same concept of watching the advertisements throughout the mini games. It almost feels like a lot of these apps are made by the same set of developers. So everyone, heading over to my profile, you'll notice here that I have 5 cents worth of USD in the balance at the moment. And that's because I started my test off with 2 hours and 37 minutes on the timer and 5,000 of the goal already achieved. I played for a little over an hour and generated a further 75,000 of the virtual currency. I still was playing Halo Infinite in the background, by the way, just FYI. At the end of the timer, I was left with 5 cents worth of USD, everyone. And as we're speaking, everyone, I'm actually just putting it to the test right now. And yes, everyone, I am happy to say it did just arrive straight away to my account without any issues whatsoever. But again, does that make it any good? I kind of feel like unless you're phone farming with like 5 or 10 phones, then it may be worth something. I think it's very frustrating because the idea is there, and like what we can see right now would work perfect if the rates were just increased, even like a touch, but it's just not happening right now. Either way, that's my review on Short Video Money. As always, you can do whatever you want with that information. Let's move on. We are now up to one of my favorite parts of the video, opening up the Pokemon packs. So I'm opening up a new Pitch Black pack for you all today. Ultimately, the goal is to obviously get more in value than what we paid for the pack. Top left corner of the screen, as always, is the cost. Top right corner of the screen is the overall value so far of the pack. I want you guys to pause the video right now and let me know in the comments, do you think I'll get more or I'll get less than what I paid for this pack, okay? Here we go. These are the 3 big pulls. And if you said I'd get more than what I paid for, then you would be, let's see here, everyone, correct. Finally, we managed to actually pass break even. Now with this pack, everyone, we actually fared a lot better. Get ready for this one, because I really wasn't expecting it, to be honest with you. With our luck lately with these type of packs, it's pretty rare to pull anything that's worth more than like $5, for instance. But this pack actually surprised me, and while it's not the biggest pull I've ever had, it's actually very decent. As you can see, almost a $9 card there. Excellent stuff. Next up, I'm taking another look at Toon Drama. The only reason why I have any interest in this at all is because of the anime feature, everyone, okay? The frustrating thing is, instead of leaning into the anime side, they really heavily smash out the drama content. By the way, this is what it looks like. Top of the screen, of course, you have your timer, your goal, and your balance. Now below, you have your dramas and animes. By the way, if you see any little up to areas, I would not believe that at all. So upon actually opening up one of the animes, it plays the video just like it would on, like, let's say YouTube Shorts, for instance. Although, to be fair, I really do think this is all AI generated content, by the way. But to the right of that, everyone, you'll notice that there's a little virtual currency with a circle that's slowly filling up. Once that timer runs out, you'll generate a little bit of the virtual currency. Here in Australia, I think it's around 100 of the virtual currency. Let's just see. Yes, there you go. But then you also have the little bubble with the virtual currency in it. So tapping on that is obviously going to play an advertisement. And there you go, everyone. Now, this app also has that separate rewards area with the mini games and the direct watching advertisements option. But realistically, everyone, the reason why it's on today's video again, because I really wanted to see if the rates would have changed from the last time we looked at it a few weeks ago. So I started off my test with 2 cents in the balance and 1 hour and 52 minutes on the timer. I played all the way down to 18 minutes, everyone. Generated 57,000 of the virtual currency, by the way. And once that timer ran out, I only generated 3 more cents worth of USD currency, which put me up to a total of 5 cents. That is the lowest of the bunch on today's video, which was very disappointing. But yes, everyone, I did withdraw the 5 cents USD and it did arrive straight away to my account. So there you have it. Now, if they just got rid of all those dramas and just kept it only anime and increased the rates to even 15 cents an hour, it may be a little bit better. But 3 cents is just absolutely terrible. So that's my review of Toon drama. You can do whatever you want again with that information. Now that you're finished with this video, head straight over to my channel and check out all my recent uploads. There's so much happening in the world of reward apps. I hope to see you all again soon.